I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a video on the Serial Designation N cosplay thing I did. It, wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. A few things I'd like to mention. First of all, some people may recognize a few bits of the cosplay look a whole lot like, the cosplay done by Craft Mechanics, CMech? I don't know what he goes by now. Anyway, yes, I got a lot of, inspiration from him. Big thanks to him. I did also change a whole lot of it, though. So, like, for example, I used a similar tail design, but in a few ways, I probably made it better than, his original. I know he's made a better one since then, but anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna basically be going over each, like, individual part of the costume, and at the end of this, I'm gonna be putting the entire costume on, just, you know, to show you N in all of his glory. Oh, yeah, another thing to mention, this setup is very scuffed. I just, like, put it together in the last hour. I mean, just have, like, a curtain backdrop thing. I had to take my mic out of its arm thing because, you know, that wasn't working very well. And, I don't have a script for any of this, so something's very liable to go wrong. I'm literally using my phone with a, like, hacked together thing just to record. Anyway, so, what am I starting with? Okay, so yeah, first part of it, the hat, just a simple hat I bought off of Amazon. Everything here is going to be linked in the description below in a document I have with pretty much every single material I use. There's some that aren't there, but most of them are. Yeah, simple hat I bought off of Amazon. Not much else to say about it. The headband, hold on a second. Headband is yet another, like, simple headband thing I bought off of Amazon with a whole lot of, I ended up using little bits of ping pong balls. I, like, cut the top off of them and then painted them with acrylic nail polish, I think. Yeah, but it did pretty well. So, next bit, the silvery gray hair. This, I have multiple, wigs linked in the document. I ended up using, I don't know, I think it's like the second one or something. Anyway, wig I bought, it comes with a wig cap, but I didn't actually end up using it because with the balaclava under here, it just, I mean, it acts as a simple wig cap, so, yeah, that worked out pretty well. What's next? Oh yeah, the Visor Display. So, of course, like I've seen hundreds of other people doing, I ended up just getting the, oh god, what are they called? I don't know, LED programmable glasses, and put in a custom, like, light filter thing to make them, well, yellowish. It also makes it insanely hard to see. But, yeah, I used yellow, theater light gels, which worked at least the best out of anything I could find. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and here's some closer photos of the visor. I have a whole lot of, actually, I'll show that later. I have a whole lot of different programmed expressions. I also have, I programmed it in so whenever the glasses, like, disconnect from my phone, because that's how I control them, it just screams Arlo. Yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, and here's one of the photos I took, well, my mom took before I put in the yellow filter. It was like a work in progress photo before I had, like, half of the costume put together. Oh yeah, one other thing I forgot to mention. I originally planned to, you know, like, the glasses, they're good enough for, like, the shape of the eyes, but I wanted to have a more realistic, like, visor. So I ended up getting, I think this is a welding visor or something, that I was going to take out the electronics and put behind to then curve around my head, so it would actually create, like, the shape is, you know, gonna cut out the entire shape out of it. But, and I probably will when I update the costume, but since I got it, I only had like 3 days until I needed to have the costume done, so I didn't actually get a chance to do that. However, it will be on my updated version. So yeah. Next part, oh yeah, the yellow and black stripes. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. Yellow and black stripes, used a safety tape thing, specifically took the tips from other people and did not use duct tape. I think this is... I don't know what brand it is. Anyway, it works pretty well for most of the stripes. The ones on the arms, the ones on the feet. I'll show you the ones on the feet a little later. But, yeah, worked pretty well. Next... Oh yeah, next we have the coat. Hold on. So yeah, this coat, very, very loose. Doesn't look very good by itself. However, once I put the belt on, and I roll up the sleeves, see now, it looks a whole lot better. Whole lot more like the, you know, the little biscuit boy. I still don't know why people call him that. Anyway, this also has pockets, apparently. Never actually ended up using those other than to store my phone. But yeah, it works pretty well. Next for the white skin, it's mostly just a balaclava thing. It's balaclava, the eyes are cut out. Nice thing about it is there's a little bit connecting through the middle of the eyes, which kept it concealed mostly. I mean, you can see the very edge right there, but yeah, and then there's the turtleneck, which, well, yeah, it's turtleneck. Tuck in the bottom of the balaclava here. Most of the photos I accidentally forgot to tuck in the balaclava, so it's just like hanging out. And then for the pants, I don't know, I think they're like women's sports pants. And yeah, and then to keep them together, because I am very small, so we couldn't find a small enough pair, I have this like suspender bit that just holds the back together. Yeah, and then I have the long gloves. Where the hell are they? Oh, I think they're down here. And then for the long gloves, I have these, I think they're long opera gloves. They're a bit annoying to get on though, so hold on a second. So yeah, once you have the gloves on though, they are very, very comfy. And, well, yeah, very comfy. Right underneath it, I have the arm cones, which I'll show you a bit later. But, yeah, gloves end up going, like, all the way up to here. Yeah, as I said, they're a bit annoying to get on, so some of this costume does take, like, 2 people, you know, like a little helper to help get on. But, yeah. Very comfy gloves. I'm planning later when I update it to include like all of the little details on the gloves, the light on the back. I'm planning to use, I think it's called like an EL panel for the lights on the back. And then each of the joints I'm probably going to either do out of craft foam or possibly just like 2D decal. So yeah, next bit is the feet, which ended up using a kind of dance heels for. I used these, just a simple dance heel. Found them on like hundreds of websites. They're one of the most popular kinds. But yeah, anyway, used those, and then I put on the striped tape like I was talking about before, which that is the really annoying part, because every time I wear these outside, which I did twice, well, one for a school dance and one for just like trick-or-treating around. But yeah, every single time I wear them, all of the tape comes off, the bottoms get insanely dirty, and it's just generally really painful and annoying to repair. And yeah, as I have here, there's like a few photos I took of one of them repaired, and one of them before I repaired it and cleaned it off and everything. Yeah, very, very annoying. It takes like an hour or 2 at least just to repair them a single time. Which is why I really only wear them when I need to, or at least outside. Plan to go to some kind of conference next year with one of these costumes, so hopefully that shouldn't be as bad. But yeah. Oh yeah, and one other little bit. the tape in a few places is held on by hot glue just to keep it from peeling up. Alright, so next we have a few things that were kind of like iffy. I didn't plan like to require them in the costume, but I ended up getting a few of them done right before I needed it done. Yeah. So yeah, this was one of them. I got some faux fur, fake fur at a fabric store. I planned to sew it onto the jacket collar for, you know, the furry like winter collar and everything that N has. But yet again, I ran out of time, and I mean, it looks okay without it. It looks pretty good. Next thing, the armband. So for this, got some yellow fabric, and while it's not on the arm, it looks, I mean, like pretty bad and all that. But yeah, we got some yellow fabric and folded it up so there's an elastic here and here. Yeah, that basically just makes it so whenever it goes around the arm, it stays on very well. There's not a label on it like an actual character, but I mean, that was gonna be pretty hard. But yeah, when it goes on the arm, it fits insanely snugly to the point where the first time and in most of the photos, you can't even see it because we ended up running out of time to be able to put it on because it was so hard. Ended up being slightly too tight, but I mean, it worked out in the end. I got, let's see, I don't know if I have any photos here, but I got a few photos with it on. But yeah, I'll put the armband on at the very end with the rest of the costume. And yeah, so next we have the two hardest parts of the costume to put on. The tail, and it's surprisingly hard, the cone-shaped bits. So for the cones, I ended up using some very cheap, like, reusable plastic cups. They actually worked really well, though, because they go straight underneath one layer and over the other. I ended up having to cut slits here so they'll fit over my arm properly. But, yeah, I'll show you right here. Yeah, couldn't get it all the way on, will at the end, but, yeah, it fits underneath, gets the general shape. That may have just ripped something. Okay, I got it on slightly better. Yeah, it fits the general shape, and, once you put the tape on, it looks almost exactly like, the character in the show, so, yeah. Hold on, I need to take this off, this is hurting a lot. I'm just checking real quick to make sure nothing ripped. Okay, so yeah, next we have the tail. The probably most impressive and also hardest part of the costume in every possible way. Putting it on, building it to begin with, yeah, it was just very painful. So yeah, I used, what Craft Mechanic and a few other people have used, well, at least in his original costume, a essentially wire coat hanger base for the tail. However, I did do one other thing, at least with the wire part, that I don't think anyone else did. A lot of people have, you know, like twisted and kind of like scrapped the bit together, but I for some reason decided to take the time to literally braid the wires. Like braid, like, you know, as if you were braiding hair. It took a long time, and it was very painful. In addition to that, though, I also, instead of having a wire harness, I bought, how do I explain? Hold on. I bought this kind of posture adjusting harness. I don't know exactly what it was called. But anyway, it's a whole lot comfier, and it keeps it in place pretty much perfectly well. And then to attach the actual tail to it, I threaded the wires through two of the straps, back to each other, and then braided them straight up here while also like intertwining them and everything. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. Of course, I used a piece of fishing wire to hold it in place, And then for the actual vial, this is probably like very much most impressive part of the entire costume. For the vial, I used a Pringles can as a base. I think right where the wire attaches, I ended up getting like a 3D model of the tail to make sure it was perfectly correct. Yeah, for the part where it connects, I ended up using a kind of like plastic tube thing that had a dissector in the middle, so then I could take the however many wires were in here, and thread each of them into its own section. And then I filled it with hot glue. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be able to get it off, but yeah. Then, for the tube, I have a wire threaded through it, yet again, just another coat hanger. Then it's just like a little rubber tube. The needle itself, you know, of course, like most of the time, I'm not doing it out of actual metal, but that also leaves it so whatever I do it out of is pretty flimsy and, like, not very strong. So, for these bits that connect it, I ended up using a bit of a plastic folder that I ended up cutting up into pieces that I could then slice into the craft foam covering all of it, and yeah, just kind of insert it there, hot glue, and yeah, the entire needle itself has a singular thin wire going through it. You get another coat hanger. It's a little pokey on the end. What else? Yeah, and then for the like the what should I call this? The triangle bit of the needle. That's yet another piece of cut folder. And yeah, then I covered all of it with craft foam. One of the other things, though, is that since it was made from a Pringles can, I decided, you know what? What if I just keep the cap function? Wait, is that the wrong... hold on a second. So yeah, the end of the vial can just come off, and then you have a little secret compartment inside. Very neat. Yeah, it is a little hard to get off though, so I don't do it much, unless I need to show someone or hide something in there. But yeah, that's most of the tail. I am gonna put it on real quick. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, this is very hard to get on. However, it is pretty worth it. Okay, the backdrop is probably going to get in the way a bit. So yeah, the posture adjuster thingy holds on here, and then I have this, which I think it's like from a sweatshirt or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I just tie that around, like around my hips, holds on the back, and then, well, yeah, it kind of just, it floats there. I can control it a tiny bit by shifting my shoulders back and forth. So, say, like, I just want to hit someone in one direction. I just kind of go like that, and, yeah, hit the camera there, but, we ended up playing Limbo straight under the, tail at one point. That was fun. But yeah, this is probably the hardest part of the costume in every possible way, as I said. What else do I have? Yeah, and a few miscellaneous, materials that we need for it. Just hot glue, sewing materials, of course X-Acto knives, and some safety pins. Because the safety pin, is basically what holds on, where the, hold on, where is it? I don't know why I can't find it. The, where the fishing wire attaches, when I have the coat on, it brings the fishing wire all the way up to about here. And to hold it in place, make sure it doesn't slide back and forth, we have a little safety pin that goes around the fishing wire and then attaches back to the jacket to hold it within like a little 1-inch area. Yeah, I think that's everything. So now I'm going to put on the entire costume and hopefully get a few shots. So yeah, as you can see, we had to move the backdrop, but I got the full costume on right now. As you can see, the tape on here doesn't really match up very well, but I mean, it's good enough. I have some socks stuffed in there to make sure it fits. Hold on. This is coming out yet again. Yeah, anyway, I have the full costume on. I have, hold on, the boots. Both of them. They're actually staying on for now. I have the armband on. I can't feel my arm. This is cutting off the circulation so much. But yeah, this is a full costume. I've already forgotten what I was gonna say here. Hold on a second. Okay, so yeah. As I was saying earlier, the tail is brought way closer, and it also makes the fishing wire a little more concealed. So yeah, the tail's brought closer. I can control it way better. Can like do this. Yeah, I can't move around too much with this, but I mean it's like pretty flexible. Unlike most of my other costumes, but oh yeah, and then there is the part that I have been dreading, because to change the expressions on the face, I need to use my phone, and my phone is currently what I'm using to record. So yeah, this might not go so well. So yeah, obviously we've got the normal eyes, the normal like, hello, I'm Serial Designation N. Nice to meet you. And then of course we've got the, you know, murderous X eyes, like, hello. Yeah, I've got a few others. Got the kind of like, just like, why the hell did you do that? Like, just annoyed eyes, I guess. I don't know. Annoyed, depressed, bored. And I've got some more angry ones. Yeah. Like, angry, but not so murderous yet. Then I've got, like, the scared, like, oh no, I just saw something I probably shouldn't have. We're all gonna die. Then I've got, you know, like, you're being a little, suspicious. Yeah, I don't know what these eyes are. I took the default, like, normal eyes and just redid them for, like, half the other expressions. Okay, so yeah, that's the video. It's the costume. Any other questions? Comment down below or something. I don't know. I don't have a script for this. Yeah, as I said, if you have any questions about the materials or anything, just check out the entire document I have below. Has pretty much everything I use, other than like a few little bits. And yeah, thanks to people I've already said, you know, people I got inspiration for. I've seen a few other people doing some costumes, but don't remember who they are. Thanks to my helper here, in other words, my mother. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the costume. I will be doing an updated version next year, possibly one of my Murder Drone OCs that I created. Yeah, bye. Okay, hello. I'm gonna mess this up like 50 times before I get it right. I can't even see your face, I just see you staring at me.
Outtakes.
Yeah, maybe I can do some of those. Oh, and that's coming. It wasn't even recording my voice. Mother, where'd the tape go? What the hell was that? It just sounded like he started glitching in the middle. Enough pair. I have this like suspender bit that just holds the back together.
Cincher.
What?
Cincher.
It's a suspender. You know what I mean. I don't know what the hell I just did. Okay, I think it's fixed. Okay. I'm gonna cut that clip and put it at the very beginning of the recording because I realized I may have forgotten to say that. I need to move the chair out of here and get...
Which chair?
This chair. What other chair would it be? Oh no, I would never do a live stream with this.
As you do one right now.
What?
Nothing.
It's not live. Wait, is it live?
I don't know.
No, it's not live. My phone just turned off.
Any idea what it did? What happened?
Nope. Oh, okay. I fixed it somehow.
You want me to move the mic arm?
Anyway. Just like waving. Not obviously not your
Like-
face. Yeah,
That
something
or-
like that. Oh, I forgot to change my eyes back.
Just the tail waving back and forth.
Oh yeah, can you see it over the backdrop?
No, I can see it on the screen.
Oh.
I can see everything that you're doing.